2K24's latest patch 1.05 fixed a lot of stuff. Not everything is perfect at this point, but there are a ton of fixes in here, stuff that was not listed in the whole note. So we gotta go through a lot of these things that have been updated, tweaked, fixed in the game, and hopefully, well, there's even more surprises along the way. The first big update we got was going to do with ring announcers. When you're playing any match now, you are going to be able to go into the options menu and you're going to be able to change the ring announcer and who's going to be announcing the matches by default. So now you can toggle it between Mike Rome, Alicia Taylor, and Samantha Irvin. This works across any arena. It also works with custom superstars and custom arenas. I've tested it in all of them. I did check this out in universe mode, and unfortunately, you can't change the ring announcer in universe mode. Whether it's going to be trying to do it for your whole show, there is no option there. And even if you go into the standard matches and try to change each individual match, it still doesn't let you change the ring announcer. So it's going to be locked to that respective brand like they have a default, where Samantha does Raw and Mike Rome does SmackDown. A small update they did too, it's just a minor detail, but when you select a referee in any of the matches, male or female, you're gonna see that their referee attire has been slightly updated. So now when you look at Jessica Carr, for example, she does have the WWE badging, the logo, but it is outlined with blue. John Cone, he's got his updated in red. Adrian Butler's got the NXT logo with a little bit of the yellow for NXT. It's just a small touch, but I think it's really cool. There's small tweaks that have been updated, and these were in the patch notes itself, but I got a chance to play with it a little bit. And within the presentation options, you do have some toggle options for on and off, which is great. So one of the highlights here is going to be Super Finisher VFX. So for the actual visual, when you're going to do a super finisher like a Crossroads Trinity, before you would get the whole screen effect that would happen, you can toggle this on and off. It's off by default now, and so it looks a lot better in my opinion. It just looks more realistic when you're pulling off super finishers. Camera cuts have also been updated and fixed because this was a large complaint by players for the ringside camera cuts, and the camera panning itself wasn't working quite well, so this has now been fixed. Another fix they added in that I'm glad is back now, catching finishers. I went in and did a match with Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio, and yes, you can Irish whip into the ropes, and when they come back, you can hit L1 on the trigger and then proceed to hit a catch finisher. It's really great. Glad it's back in there. You combine that with the tired finisher animations too. It's looking good. So catch finishers is back. Now I do want to shout out these entrances, these WrestleMania bonus pack entrances we got. Triple H, we got Rey Mysterio, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Macho King Randy Savage, because I think the models overall, they look really good. The standouts for me personally is going to be Triple H and Rhea Ripley's model. I thought they looked excellent in this for what they did. And I really got to give a special shout out. I think the Triple H entrance here for WrestleMania 30 is awesome. They have the entire introduction piece. You can go to entrance music, customize entrance, and you could change out the Triple H theme if you want to, give it to anybody. But this whole entrance of Triple H you see right here is awesome. The only thing I don't like so much is that there is, and I get it, but it's the black screen they do when it's going to transition into the full regular Triple H entrance, and the music is on a bit of a different loop too. But regardless of that little tiny nitpick, like, I absolutely love how this looks visually. I think it came together very, very well. I hope they do more of these, or they add in more content this year and they give us more of these WrestleMania entrances, because this looks awesome. The other addition they gave us for free was going to be a brand new championship with the WrestleMania 40 bonus pack. With this update that you got, if you go into title management and scroll down, you will see the WrestleMania 39X WWE Championship. And the ring announcers will announce it as the WWE Golden Championship.
And it's for the WWE Golden Championship!
Sure, it's a WWE Championship that's slightly changed out, but you know what? It's got the WrestleMania side plates on it. It looks really cool. I love the look of it. I love the green stripe on it. I'm probably going to use this as like my WrestleMania Battle Royale Championship, or use it for like a WrestleMania ladder match or tournaments. So I thought it was a cool little addition they put in there. Another entrance that looks awesome and is updated and fixed this year, and it was highlighted online a lot, was Scarlett. So a lot of players were asking for Scarlett to get her own updated individual entrance because you can play as Scarlett this year, and they have done that. they've gone in and they've updated this, and Scarlett actually sings along and mouths the words to her entrance theme when she's in the ring. It's a great touch, and I'm glad they did this for players that were wanting to get Scarlett updated. Now, other in-game models, current superstars that did get some updates, and these are just a couple that we are highlighting here. Again, we might do another video on all of this for deeper dive, because I know there are more fixes and updates, but the ones that I want to highlight, Tiffany Stratton got an update to her face sculpting and updated her look a little bit. So I know that a lot of people were looking for that, and they did do that. They updated and they retouched it. So Tiffany's look does look a lot better now. And a really noticeable one was going to be The Rock. They went and they seemingly redid Rock 2001. They completely revamped him from the original one that was in the game this year. Looks awesome. Like, it looks really good and really updated for the retro version of Rock. So I'm really happy they went back and they've been doing more of these touches. There's probably other superstars that they did this with. Those are the ones that I could pick out right now, but I think it's an awesome attention to detail. Speaking of The Rock, I know one bug it was in 2K23, it was still in 24 that I noticed, doing the people's elbow. You would slide the elbow pad off, throw it, there's still another elbow pad still on The Rock. That's been updated and fixed. You can now do proper people's elbow and the elbow pad comes off. Another fix they did, and it's something I know a lot of people were requesting in the comments, was going to be with Mankind, Mr. Socko. We wouldn't get that. Now that has been patched back in. So now you will get Mr. Socko, and Mankind's going to do a mandible claw from a front standing position. It doesn't work any other way, but he'll sling out Mr. Socko and put it on The Rock. It's awesome. Another big one that was requested by the community has to do with side plates. Side plates not appearing on title belts was a big thing since day one of the launch. So this has now been updated for world heavyweight titles. So we have like The Rock with the WWE championship here. That is now working. You can see his side plates. Roman Reigns as well. Tested that out so we can see that Roman's got his proper side plates on the championship. Mid-card titles don't have the update though. I looked at a match between Logan Paul and Gunther's Intercontinental title just has the WWE side plates. Logan Paul, same thing, US title, didn't have any custom side plates either. So it looks like for world titles, this is fixed. Also, Seth Rollins World Heavyweight Championship, I did look at that, and yes, that does have Seth's side plates on there. So again, only seems to be with world titles where the side plates are working. Another thing that's working and updated now is going to be Roman Reigns solo entrance. If you just do Roman Reigns entrance, he would normally sling the title belt over his shoulder and do his walkout like he did when he was big dog Roman Reigns. Now, as the tribal chief, we now have a proper Roman Reigns solo entrance. Even if you do without Paul Heyman, Roman wears the title around his waist, enters there, and you have the full proper motion of him wearing just the single belt. Looks great. Love that they fixed this and they updated this motion for Roman. Seems like the Bloodline entrance motions are now working properly too. The next one has to do with updated moves. If you go into movesets, you're gonna find at least two now, that stand out as updated new moves. There's a BFT number 2 that's going to be in the game. So LA Knight's finisher, he has BFT number 1. There is a new one that's got a little bit more oomph to it, where he really smashes the guy's face into the canvas. And the other one is stabbing Samoan spikes. So when Solo Sikoa had that match with John Cena and he beat John Cena, he started just doing repeated, not so much, it was more like a little punchy slap thing, but he got the thumb and he's doing Samoan spikes over and over again to John Cena. They have put this in the game too. So 2 new moves that have been added in. That's also ahead of the DLC. So when the DLC drops like May 15th around that time for the ECW Punk pack that they're releasing, there's always going to be brand new moves to go along with that. So I'm curious to see what updates there too. But it's great to see that they updated these 2 moves. Let's talk about lighting here for a second. Lighting in the game is pretty important because, well, if you got entrances that don't have proper lighting, it's all spooky and it's all way too dark and it's not bright and it's not balanced. So lighting and shadows seem to be fixed in the game now, specifically with different characters like Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, their tag team entrance. The lighting is fixed there now. So if you have them come out as a team and you get Samantha to do the announcing, which is great on any show, it is actually fixed with the lighting now. It's not all dark. I also have a custom Rock entrance that I use, so it's more like current final boss Rock, where it's all dark at the stage. When I did that before, it was really too dark. This has been fixed, and you can see on screen here that the Rock's entrance is lit up a lot better. Still dim, but the lighting has been balanced. The other one has to do with the lighting and the shadows with WrestleMania 31. A lot of people were submitting requests and everything that the shadows were not balanced in there. This arena now looks top notch. Daytime, the WrestleMania 31 arena, it looks phenomenal. The shadows are noticeable in this. The lighting reflections are noticeable for me, where I can really see that they have updated this. It makes me want to play it like every single time. Now, something else that has been fixed, I noticed, but not all the way. Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank cash-ins in universe mode seem to be working now. I tested this out and I was able to do a post-match cash-in. There's different options based on the rivalry level you do, the intensity level, for when you can do the cash-in, the pre-match, the mid-match, or the post-match. I was able to do a successful cash-in post-match, get the cutscene, get it all to work. Very happy about that. However, I personally have not been able to get a play exhibition Money in the Bank cash-in to work. Every time I do a singles match and I will put the title on the line for the World Heavyweight title, and I have the properly assigned Money in the Bank holder for the world title to go after, male or female, it doesn't work. There's no menu pause prompt where I can actually do a cash in, and even still with a straight up one-on-one match in regular exhibition, trying to go and cash in for the Money in the Bank for the title, I can't even do a breakout at the end of it. So it's still not working all the way. The other thing that is glitched right now, I personally even submitted a request to 2K on this, universe mode, custom match options is now grayed out. This is probably going to get to be a hot fix, it would be my guess, because it's a pretty substantial thing. If you go into universe mode right now, at least for me, I cannot customize the rules in any given match. I will go into a one-on-one match for Monday Night Raw, and then I click on it to do the custom match options. It's gray. I cannot change any of it. So again, because that's such a substantial thing, my guess is that that would get updated and fixed pretty quickly. The other ones to note here, everybody, my GM mode did get a substantial amount of fixes and updates. The text overall in the game, you will probably notice a little bit, but overall legibility is better. Everything has been increased in size overall, not just in my GM, that has been affected, but they have increased the font size in seemingly all of the main menus. So that's been up a little bit. It's great because these eyes, they don't work no more. So it's great that I can actually read all this stuff a lot better. My GM did get more love, more balancing fixes and stuff that was all updated in the patch notes. One of the cool things is that double title entrances do work now. So I got Dijak, one of my absolute favorites, and he was able to win the world title. And then he comes out as double champion, and you can still toggle and select which belt you want to put on the line for the match. But it is great because they've even added the small details within the menu in my GM to show you that this person is a double champion. And the last thing I want to note for you guys today is to do with alt attires. If you have an alternate attire for any superstar, for example, here we have AJ Styles. I gave him a brand new 2024 attire. I believe this one was done by Status, so shout out to What's the Status. And when I go in to edit my roster and I select AJ Styles, it now pops up that I can select by default alt attire 1, alt attire 2, or the default one if I want to. And it also has obviously the render that's been assigned to it if there is one. So you can change up all the renders, you can modify it that way, and now your roster will be updated because they had this in 2K23 and it wasn't working so far for the first month of the game coming out. But if you guys need the breakdown of all the patch notes, everything that 2K outlined, click this video right here. But stay tuned on the channel because I will have more deep dives into more fixes and updates that we found. Subscribe to the channel if you guys enjoy content like this and leave a like, it means a lot. Have a great day. See ya.